Mm. Good evening, Manisha. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. So you can hear me?
Yeah, I'm able to hear you.
Everything good?
Yeah, everything good.
So can I go and grab myself a glass of water? We do have 2-3
sure.
minutes.
You can. Please. Ready, yes, go. Yeah, I think Lalesh, you should be ready. Hey, Manisha, it looks like a busy day for you.
Saturdays are more busy and more difficult. I always say that weekends are my difficult days.
I know everyone, I think 6 or 7 people pinged me and they were saying that Manisha is great, but I don't know how she gave time to you. She will be very busy. And they were talking.
Nothing like that, Praveen. Please. There's
really.
no truth in that.
Sai Chintala, you know, right? And Raj Neravati also knows you. And who else? Sai Ram Vedam. All are my, one way or the other I work.
It's a small world, believe me. Hyderabad is a small world.
No,
it's so small that sometimes it's scary, it's scary. And okay, everybody knows everybody. And many times they are not just they are also related. So, absolutely. Yeah, that's Hyderabad. Yeah, and thanks for giving me a few extra, 1.5 hour extra, because that gave me time to have my dinner, go out shopping, lots of errands I ran, which was like in my to-do list. And I was saying, "Aaj to kuch nahi hone wala hai." Today was unusually hectic, and I shouldn't. I have been very. It was a difficult day, but I'm so glad that I'm able to talk to you, because Jayesh told you to talk to me, and it's about Haisia. So hopefully it will be a good session. Yeah, Jayesh is my digital guru. Okay. That means we both don't talk. Yeah, ready, Lalesh? Sir. Ready, sir. Just show the thumbnail. Okay, right. I think we are ready, Manisha. Lalesh, ready? Okay? Yeah, okay. 3, 2, 1, go. Okay. Welcome to Mana TV and TV5. You are watching Insight with Praveen Puram live from Atlanta.
As you all know that we have wonderful sessions during these Saturdays exclusively for NRIs and Indo-American society in US and also across the world. And today our esteemed guest, Manisha Sabu. I know no introduction is needed for her. Definitely she is first women president for HICIA. For those who all do not know about HICIA, HICIA is nothing but the Hyderabad Software Association, this thing. And coming to Manisha, she's also vice president for Infosys, and she also, as a business leader, she holds the responsibility for the Pocharam office and also the Indore. And she's also very passionate about giving back. And she holds the responsibility as a president for HICIA, which is Hyderabad Software Enterprise Association, which has 300 plus leaders across the different organizations like Google, Microsoft, Deloitte, TCS, and so on. Thank you so much for giving some time, Manisha, from your busy schedule and being with us to share more about HICIA. How are you today?
First, I should be saying that I am privileged to be talking to you, Praveen. You're very kind to give your precious time for me and HICIA.
Thank you, Manisha. So let's get started. I'll just give you an overview of what this Insight with Praveen Puram is. During the pandemic, I thought, there was nothing much activity on the media. So I thought I'll bring all the organizations and whichever is useful for the Indo-American community and the NRIs, I'll bring those leaders onto my show and explain them what it is all about and how we can be collaborating with that and benefit. It will be beneficial to the organizations and also the individuals in US. So as you know,
very noble thought, and I'm glad that you came up with this.
Sure, Manisha. Many of the entrepreneurs are in US, as you know. Sometimes they might not be able to connect to the right people. So my only thought process is to bring those organizations which can help the entrepreneurs and also the individuals as well to upskill their career. So,
and you're talking about the entrepreneurs. I'll say entrepreneurs, their children. Nowadays, I hear about their children getting into entrepreneurship, and at least the people of my generation have little more connect with India, but the next generation will have little less. And this kind of information will help them and give them confidence that, yes, we want to go to India too and establish something here.
Absolutely. So, Manisha, before we get into HICIA, we just wanted to know more about your journey, how you have been to this position and also been associated with HICIA.
That's very interesting. I started my IT career 13 years after completing my education. In between, I was doing something or other, but that was just to keep the spark alive. My formal IT, the first IT job I joined, was after 13 years of completing my MBA. So obviously, even getting a job was very difficult. And even after I got a job, the companies merged and I lost job. Some companies closed down and I lost jobs. So lots of ups and downs in career. But that also gave me a feeling that having a job or something to do, the work to do, a meaningful work to do is a privilege. And I have this privilege. I want to make the most out of it. I also understood that just doing 9-to-5 job is not going to take me anywhere much. And I need to have the entrepreneurial spirit. And even though I'm doing job, I have to think like that business owner and work look beyond the boundaries of the role which is given. And because of that, I always try to do something beyond my role or the designation. That's where beyond managing the business unit, that is about 300 million portfolio I have. Beyond that business unit, I am also campus leader for Hyderabad SEZ campus and Indore campus. So with this already, able to manage this, I wanted to actually go beyond Infosys and try to do something for the city, that is Hyderabad and Telangana, which is where I'm Bahu of Telangana and Hyderabad. I came to Hyderabad after marriage, and Hyderabad is I feel that people are so kind, and they just accept you as you are. So I don't know Telugu even after 30 years. And in spite of that, nothing came in my way. I'm like, they just accepted me as I am. And I think I owe a lot to this city. Because, Praveen, when you're born here, it's obvious and you don't necessarily feel that you're obligated. But that's not the case for me. I'm like, this city has adopted me. I shouldn't say I have adopted this city. And I would like to do something beyond my routine work, want to contribute. And I thought being associated with ICR, it gives me this opportunity to look beyond Infosys. To tell you something interesting, Praveen, see, I work with Infosys, and being an Infosian, it gives me an opportunity to travel all over the world. At the same time, it also is very, comparatively easy for me if I say I want to work in Switzerland or I want to stay in Switzerland, and the home should be some funky place, could be anywhere in globe, and within few months or maybe a year or two, they will make it happen for me wherever I want to be. However, what I say is that when I have this choice to be anywhere in globe, I have decided to make Hyderabad my hometown. It's such a beautiful place. And the place is beautiful and the people are even more kind-hearted, and just perfect place to bring up children and have a life.
Absolutely, Manisha. I think really Hyderabad is a wonderful city. It is my hometown. So absolutely, the people of Telangana are lovable people. They don't discriminate anything. They only see if you give love, they will give 2-3 times love. That's the power of Telangana. And I'm glad that Manisha, being a leader for the entire campuses, and you have been holding a portfolio of 300, and you're doing so many things for Hyderabad and also ICR. That's wonderful. And I'm sure that you will be inspirational for all the women and also the other entrepreneurs too as well. First of all, congratulations for being the first woman president for the ICR. It's wonderful to know. So tell us more about what is ICR and what is its mission and primary goal of this organization.
Thanks for acknowledging that I'm the first woman president, Praveen. But seriously, I don't look at myself whether it's gender-wise. I don't differentiate. So while people introduce it me like that, I take no pride in it, honestly. I'm just a professional. How does gender matter? And the people around me don't make me feel I'm a woman or anything different. So it's just good to be a professional, and gender doesn't matter. Now coming to what does ICR do and what is it all about? ICR is, as you mentioned, that is Hyderabad Software Enterprises Association. All the IT and IT-enabled services organizations are our members. So what it means is that it's not just the IT companies like TCS, Infosys, or Accenture, or Deloitte, not just that. It is beyond that, like say Wells Fargo, BofA, Amazon, Google. These are also our members. So it's because nowadays every business has IT in it, and that's almost like a backbone, and that's how the business survive and thrive. So all these organizations are our members, and we represent Hyderabad IT. 90% of Hyderabad IT and ITS are by 90% by revenue and 90% by workforce. So that's this 300. There are different counts. Like some people say 2,000 organizations are there in Hyderabad. Some people say 1,000. Different numbers, different databases give different numbers. But what matters is that what is the percentage of this organization, not just as a count, but as a revenue and as workforce that we represent. So that gives us a big responsibility of sorts, because these members, wherever they need help, whatever they have challenges, we step in and we support them. What happens is that there are many people who ask us, we also already have NASCOM, so why do we need ICR? We already have NASCOM members, or we already have NASCOM. So NASCOM deals with the India level or the national level issues. They have Hyderabad chapter, but it's more national. The agenda is more national, and it's just carried forward at the local level. While we are more local, we connect with maybe the municipal corporations, the secretary, the minister, and multiple interventions that we can do, which may not be possible for NASCOM because we are only Hyderabad and Telangana focused. So we can do much more and very local in nature. That gives us that advantage. HYSIA was formed 30 years back when we had IT only like one Maitrivanam building maybe and few buildings in Banjara Hills and Jubilee Hills. That's what IT meant at that point of time. So just one tower, Maitrivanam. From there, people started feeling that we need to all come together and work together for making IT significant and take lion's share in IT growth in India. How do we have our share of it? And that is when HYSIA was formed. Some enterprising visionary leaders like J. Chaudhary Garu came forward, and they played a major role in forming HYSIA by bringing important leaders. BVR Mohan Reddy Garu was the first president. So yeah, these visionaries have come together to form HYSIA in those days.
Excellent. So can we understand this HYSIA as a government body, or it's a privately non-profit owned or something like that? How do you differentiate this HYSIA? It's a pure government.
Such an interesting question. I never thought that people will think of us as government body. Absolutely not. We are not government body. We work with government on need basis, but we are association, and all IT organizations are members. We are not for profit association.
So what inspired you to take this president role at HYSIA? And what are your key responsibilities and vision for this organization during your tenure, whether it may be 1 year or 2 years? What are your goals and vision, Manisha?
See, what inspired me to be president and play this role or serve HYSIA as president? There's a right way to put it, Praveen. I'm not president of HYSIA. I'm serving HYSIA as president. That's the right way to put it. So what encouraged me to now take up this responsibility of serving HYSIA is I felt it is important to shape the future, not just as one of the member or one of the MC member, but as president, I will be able to have bigger say and a bigger responsibility and actually channelize the energy in right direction and shape the future of Hyderabad IT industry. There's a vision, or there's a small contribution that I would like to have to the Hyderabad IT industry, which has given me so much. So decided to take on this responsibility. Also, there's something in me which says that if I'm doing something, I want to be at the pinnacle of that particular organization or body. Just the way I am weaved, you can say.
One leader.
Yes. So is it okay? Then it makes sense to take up the pinnacle of HYSIA role. So that's where it started. And let me tell you one thing. As HYSIA mentioned that I'm just serving. So it was not like I come with my agenda and I say, you know what, I think we should do this. That's not how we decided what we should do in the 2 years of my term. We took inputs from analysts, government, past presidents. Past presidents play a very important role in HYSIA. They are always there to guide us, and we knock on their doors whenever we want to get their advice. And so from past president, MCs, our members who may not be members of EC or MC, that executive committee or management committee. So we took all these inputs and then we said, okay, what is the best use of our time and effort for shaping the future of IT in Hyderabad? That is how we decided on what should we do, what should be our strategy. It was not Manisha Sahu was saying, I think we should do this. Okay, so what happens is that when we take everybody's input, it's always better than one person deciding.
Absolutely.
So it gives me immense confidence that everybody is part of it. We all own it together. And it's not my agenda. It's everybody thinks this is what we should do. And believe me, there's so much support I get from so many leaders. I feel strong because the whole IT industry is with us. So that's one thing. Now coming to the strategies, what is it that we are focused on? We have a four-pronged strategy. And the first one is we would like to get better talent in Hyderabad landscape, where we have to work with colleges. We have to help the universities decide better and adequate kind of, enhance their curriculum. So we started curriculum mastermind, that the industry and universities work together to revamp their curriculum. The second one is Project Drona, which is like it's an immersive experience for teachers, so that they understand what exactly will the students do when they join the IT industry and what they need to focus on. How much can IT industry support the students? The teachers have to do it. So it's important that we tell the teachers what life looks like and what they should teach the students. So we are doing that. The teachers are also visiting our campuses and spending time in the campus, so they understand it a little better when they are teaching. So we're doing this. We also thought of adopting colleges, but that is at the little later part of this. We also are working on creating knowledge assets. So what does that exactly mean? That we create, many times, many analysts will give you information about India, state of employment, the people availability or the professional availability in India, etc. But where will people get data about Hyderabad? How will they know what Hyderabad stands for? Why Hyderabad is better than any other location? So we create this kind of assets and share it with the members. So that's another thing, creating assets about Hyderabad and about IT industry in Hyderabad. And the other part is bringing the CXOs together, because networking is a big part of becoming strong. And because when all the members are actively involved, they network, they talk together, that's when the whole community becomes stronger. Just to give you an example, when a GCC is being set up in Hyderabad, if the GCC which is already set up and thriving, they can mentor, they can guide the new GCCs which are come. By the way, GCCs are global competency centers, like Wells Fargo setting up their office in Hyderabad. That's the GCC. Just 101 in case there are any new people. Don't kill me for telling me, Manisha. I mean, don't give me this. It's like, okay, so this kind of things also are part of our strategy.
And I think you brought up a great point of talent, right? Today, if you see the software, the technology trends, how it is going on, it is like AI, ML, and ChatGPT. And, people are also talking about computing, right? What's the right word? Okay. And they're talking
Quantum
about
computing.
Quantum computing. So keeping this in view, now, creating thoughts on or developing their skills in the development, instead of that, now how to prompt the ChatGPT, how to utilize the AI and ML of the different applications. And so keeping this in view, how are we training, or what is your recommendation from HICIA to the government of Telangana, or it may be the national level? There is a big responsibility to, upskill the youth tuned to these technologies. Did you ever thought about it during your HICIA meetings?
Praveen, it's like you are reading my to-do list.
Thank you.
So it's just few days back that our director in HICIA, Neerja, she's one of the most important person in HICIA. So Neerja and I were talking that we should be starting master classes again. Pre-COVID, we used to do in-person classes on the latest technologies. which were emerging technologies at that point of time. So we want to start off these master classes, and those were in person. They're not like just online. So what we plan to do is that we will get the experts and do the master classes so that many people can join. That will give us broader base, and it will democratize the knowledge. And in addition to that, in person, we will do some kind of workshops where people can come and do. So we already have reached out to our members, and some of the members have raised their hand that they will help us to do this. Where they had very good idea that we will do hackathons. That was one suggestion. We're not finalized it, but one suggestion said, let's do hackathons so that people will come and they'll have some idea, and we can work with them. First, we will train them, and then they can actually find a solution for some of the problem, and that will give them confidence. HICIA has to play bigger role in this, because first part is, Praveen, first role will be to create awareness and tell people that ChatGPT or generative AI is not going to take the jobs away. It just will mean that different skills will be needed, and some skills will be obsolete, some roles will be obsolete, and let's get ready for it instead of being worried and scared of it. So creating awareness, doing multiple communications around it will be our first responsibility, because there's so much scare that people have about, oh, IT won't exist. And the lots of conversations around how people will lose job, like masses will lose jobs. So lots of conversation, lots of fear. So I think it's our responsibility to bring in that awareness. That's the first part. So that parents, I feel a lot about parents, Praveen. It's not just about employees, their families. They get half-baked information and they worry about their children. They worry about what will happen to my son, what will happen to my daughter, all of that. So we owe it to the society, not just to the employees, that we create the awareness and talk about it. So that's first part that HICIA will have to play. And the second part will be also supporting the employees and, to upskill them. The third part will be, of course, even work with academic institutions to revamp their syllabus or include some part of this. But Praveen, let me tell you, I think the bigger role will be the parents part of it, like creating awareness, and the second is employees. The students have already got it.
Yeah, absolutely. The challenges are different geographically as well. If you see Indo-American community here, they have a different challenge. Adding to this, they have a challenge culturally different, right? So you are totally Indian cultured, and the guys who are here, they go to school and they are Americanized. You know how much stress they undergo. Now I started going into the schools. I started taking some interviews for their internships, and I started understanding how the kids are here. And I wanted to bring the culture as well. I want to bring few people, how they are already active in their middle school, high school. They are very active in the different clubs, and they perform the leadership skills right from the middle school and high school. So in my show, you will be seeing very soon the kids coming on to the show and sharing their experiences culturally, and the difficulties what they are, because we always push them to learn. Here they push them to upskill your hobbies, whatever you are passionate. They wanted to bring that up. So many things, as you rightly said, parents have a lot of stress than anything. Now coming to the job, right? Whoever are in the senior positions, they have a different challenge, not only from the job perspective, from also the kids perspective, right? So it is very, very difficult to balance. And I feel great about you. You are owing the responsibility from the Infosys, you are owning the responsibility from your family, and then the third one is HICIA, which is not easy, because you have to collaborate with different people, different cultured people, different technical people, different political people as well, right?
Ask me about that.
So coming to the other activities like strategic forums, you have many forums in your HICIA. Let us pick it up like CSRs, right? And also some social projects. What is your contribution and what have you thought about in your tenure to put some effort in CSRs and also the community projects?
I think I have inherited CSR from the past presidents. They did phenomenal job. Seriously, Bharni, who was president before me, played such a big role during COVID time. Almost all the people, like many leaders, many center heads and CXOs would reach out to him during COVID time if they wanted oxygen cylinder, they need a bed, they need some kind of help, and he helped everybody. That is one example. Before that, Ranga and Murli, they had initiated DDI, which is a digital disruption, like, setting up labs, computer labs in schools, setting up, even sponsoring trainer and improving the standard of digital literacy right from school. So almost around 40 to 50, I'm not sure about numbers, I'm just guessing, but a significant number of schools got benefited because this initiative, which HICIA owned, and we had identified Nirman as the NGO to actually implement it, and many members sponsored it. And for them, it gave them immense confidence that HICIA has curated this, so it will work. That's the biggest fear that organizations have, that which is the right CSR opportunity. So if HICIA is working on it, it gives lots of credibility. So lots of DDI labs were set up. So I stand on shoulders of giants. The past presidents have done amazing job. So it's but natural that we should be doing more, and we ought to do more. Like we owe it to the people who did amazing job, not to let them down, but to make it better. So so when we started thinking about what should we do on the CSR front, we collaborated with multiple government departments also and decided on what are the kind of things that we should take up. And what we do is that we curate and decide on a project, and this project we tell all our members that this is a project which is there. If you want to take up, you can, and they then sponsor the project. So Udan is one such project where we are helping girls from government colleges, training them to get employment. So we're training them on digital skills, like maybe database or digital editing or digital marketing, and so they can get jobs. Let me share one experience, Praveen. There's one particular such a cohort which we had, and I thought I will go personally and interact with them. So when I went there, I felt that these are the best of the best students that I'm meeting. Mm-hmm. They had the shine in their eyes. They were so enthusiastic. They were ready to take on the world. These are the 100 girls selected amongst 10,000 girls across Telangana, and it was a residential program of around 6 to 8 weeks. I felt that we're doing something right. That satisfaction that you get about doing right things for the people who can't do anything for you, and you are doing it absolutely selflessly. That's better than anything else that you have as an achievement or any awards. The time I spent with this girl was better than anything else that I spent time on.
Absolutely, Manisha. I think that gives a lot of satisfaction because life is short. Life is short. You have to do something to the community. And especially, I will also request you need to take your kids along with that, so that, every one of your members, you take your kids and be part of that. They might adopt or inspire something. So similarly, I have also adopted one school through Annapurna Trust. What they do is a breakfast program. They create free breakfast.
Oh, you do? You are associated with that? That's
yes,
super.
I'm very much associated. Now I wanted to take up more in US to support them. I was about to ask how to connect you to them. so that you.
So we have given proposal to Infosys Foundation for one of the Annapurna programs,
Mhm.
and it's about like last stages of Infosys
I know.
approval is like extremely complex for the right reasons. You want to make sure that nothing is abused or misused. So right from legal, everybody is involved, and gradually it will get.
Absolutely, Manisha. Selecting a right organization is very, very important in this society. And believe me, it took me a year to, more connect, because if I tell to someone, they trust me. And if something happens, the blessing, instead of blessings, I'll get curses. So I don't want to do that. So after a year, I thought that is the best one. And free education, free nutrition, and also free health. So it's an amazing organization. So
Have you visited the Saigram?
yes, I went. I was recently on 30th July. I came. I visited them on 24th or so, 19th or 24th. I don't remember. I spent one day there. I saw the Sai Gramam and the way they really.
Near the Bangalore airport, right?
Yes, yes, yes. And my.
I met a person who owns couple of Delhi public schools. Delhi public schools is a big ticket item in Hyderabad and India. So he owns couple of those. So this person was telling me that when he visited the place, there the students were brighter and they had that, as I said, shine in the eyes, that spark that they have, and they're interested. They understand what life is all about and how to make the most out of it. He said those students were so much better than what I have in my schools.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
our city children are all very privileged, right? And everything is taken for granted. So you're saying that the students were so good. I'm going there next weekend. And he also mentioned that the hospital was better than, or rather, just like any other corporate hospital, let it be Apollo, Yashoda, Continental, any of the AIG, any of the hospital. He said it was exactly like that, clean, neat, and all the amenities, everybody professionally dealing, except one difference. And the difference was there was no cash counter.
Cash counter. Absolutely. I think you should visit and spend one day with your family. I did a mistake. I went in the evening and they gave me a tour of in the evening, which I couldn't do. And my kid was not feeling well. She had some little cold and cough. I couldn't really spend. So this time I'll definitely spend 2 days, because more Vedashala, and there are so many things which we have to observe. But anyway, coming to the social projects, are you engaged in any other projects, and how you choose the projects? That is one aspect. And second crux of this meeting is how to engage NRIs, how to engage Indo-American community from Telangana, right? So that is the main crux of this. I wanted to ask you, is there any communication between them, or do we need to do, how can they benefit from HICR?
Okay, so one thing is that we have curated projects, and the Indo-American community can sponsor those. That will be a big help, and it will go for the right cause, for the right people. That's one very big thing that can be done, Praveen. If anybody is interested, they can reach out to ICA office, or they can reach out to me or any of us. We are always here to support. That is one thing which is like low-hanging fruit, which is there. But beyond that, if there are any projects that you are passionate about, because see, charity, it's important that you are passionate about that. Somebody, and they're different causes. Somebody can maybe be passionate about environment, somebody about education, somebody can be about health, somebody can be about women empowerment. There's so many things to do, and all of those are important. So if they are interested in something and passionate about something, if you tell us, we can also guide you, we can help you for that. We can connect you with the right people. That is another thing that we can do. Beyond the projects which I mentioned, on the personal level also, Praveen, there are a couple of things which I do. So one of the things, actually, should I tell you a little bit of history?
Yeah, sure. Please.
So how much time do we have?
No, it's okay. 10 minutes here and there. The only main mission of this show is to inspire people, update about the organization, how we can benefit, and bilateral benefit between the Indo-American NRIs to Indian roots. That's the main agenda. It doesn't matter for me.
So I'll tell you about the two things. Okay, the first one
Absolutely.
is where um, uh, I told you that I'm also managing the Indore campus. So I get to work with the Madhya Pradesh. Madhya Pradesh is a totally different than Andhra Pradesh, like let me tell you, okay? Miles apart. And the way people talk and the thinking process, everything is quite different. So there's a small village where IT minister said that that is his constituency and he wants to teach students Japanese and send them to Japan for doing undergrad. And these are the students from the government schools in a small village in Madhya Pradesh. And he very casually told me that, come visit sometime. So I'm a Maha-Hindhu person. I said, good chance for me to help the community. Sometime why I'll come tomorrow only. I said, sir, kitne dur hai wo? So he said, 2-3 घंटे में आप पहुंच जाएंगी. I hope you understand Hindi. So within 2-3 hours you'll reach. So I said, 3 hours, fine. I'll come tomorrow morning. I said, I have a flight to take tonight, but I'll postpone it and I'll come tomorrow only. So next day morning, I left for that relation. I kept traveling. It's not coming. Then they said, he said 3-4 hours. It's 5-6 hours. Oh my God. And I made it a day trip saying I'll go in the morning, visit, meet everybody and come back. Oh my God. But the interesting thing is that there when I met the students, first thing is when I had to go there, I was like, I have only jeans and this formal dresses. I want to go to village, so I should be wearing Punjabi suit. I don't have. There's a woman that first thing is what do I wear? So जो है वो है, there's no time to go shopping, also just take it as it comes. So I went in my normal jeans. And I was surprised that all the girls there were wearing jeans. I was like, oh my God. I don't even know what they wear.
Oh my God.
Okay. So then we said, okay, we'll take up this Japanese project. And I started finding ways in which we can do the training online, and they have to understand which levels that they have to do 2 levels before Japanese universities will consider them for order. And for this, these girls could all students, girls and boys, could not even read and write Hindi properly. Forget English and forget Japanese. Okay, and there we are teaching them Japanese, and believe me, though they could not, when Hindi and English was broken, 70% of them cleared the Japanese exam in 1.5 years. 2 Japanese exams, level 5 and level 4. Level 4 is higher. I guess it goes reverse. 5 is the lowest, and then the 4. So they cleared that. I was very unhappy. I said, sir, only if you're 70% clear. So Manisha, 70%, Manisha, do you realize what it is? I said, sir, I'm just used to 100%. No. And now they'll be going to this. In between, when I visited them, and I asked the students that I wanted to encourage them. So I told them that if you do studies well, I'll take you to Indore. I'll take you to Infosys Indore and you can spend a day there. So then I asked them, have you seen Indore? So they said, no. I said, okay, have you seen, which is the city you've seen? So they said, oh, we never stepped out of this village.
Oh my God.
Okay. I was shell-shocked that, my God, they're not even stepped out of this village. And I'm thinking about sending them to Japan. And you know, Praveen, the girls were also there. The girls from a village, and their surnames are based on their caste. Imagine that kind of people I was talking. Yeah, like they'll have Dhobi in their name, they will have Sindhi in their name. So it was all caste based. And these girls were now, and parents were okay to send the girls to Japan. You imagine what a big thing it is when we send our kids from here to US or any other country to study. We worry about them, right? And these parents, illiterate, coming from a very small village, were okay to send them to Japan. I was impressed, seriously. For a parent to send a girl, not easy. Okay, but then when I asked one of the girls, why do you want to go to Japan? So different people gave different answers. One girl told me, I want to go to Japan because I want to tell Japanese people what are Indians.
Wow. That was amazing statement. Yeah.
Just imagine even the thought.
Absolutely.
So that's one project which I'm doing, which is my personal social responsibility. Funds are given by the minister, but I'm just helping in the program management, etc. Small thing. I realized that I can make a difference.
It was amazing that the minister was thinking about the village and going to Japan. That was amazing. He's a current minister right now.
Yes, now they are planning to take the admission. So now they completed just few, I think July or so, they got their result. June or July, they got their result, and now the admission process. So why I took up this project is also because I first time I came across a minister and a politician is doing some such transformational work. I felt worth it. Let me give it a try. It's all about trying, right? I don't know what will happen, but let's do it with the good intent. Maybe good things will happen. But at least if I try, maybe it will happen. So it will happen. I did my bit.
You went with a positive thought. I'm sure that will happen. And hats off to that.
I hope so too. I pray for that.
Hats off. See, these are the interesting stories which inspire people, and they make them to, okay, I should do something, right? Otherwise, people will never inspire. Like people like you working, and you are in a good positions, not only from your career, from also outside. So people definitely will find time after seeing this, because people say I'm busy. I really get frustrated sometimes if they say busy, because when what they want, they have to do. I'm such a person, always I wanted to make some time. If you have that attitude, you'll make, otherwise you will never make.
Yeah, Praveen, that's the attitude part. If anybody tells me I'm busy, I move on. I understand where to place the person, right?
Absolutely.
It's okay.
Absolutely.
Okay, so that's one thing which I want to tell. And the second thing, okay, this is very interesting. So I'm just an IT employee. What do I have to share with students and other IT employees? That's always how I looked at myself. Just another IT employee doing my work. Let me be grounded. Then when I was talking to Sudhamurthy madam, she said, Manisha, do you meet the young professionals? Do you meet the students? I said, no, madam, where? Why should I? Who am I to go inspire people and all that? Please, let's not think too big of myself. Okay. And she said, no, you owe it to them. Don't underestimate and don't try to find such kind of thoughts that who am I and all that. Do whatever that you can do. Who, where, what, let others decide. So I started thinking about it, but still I didn't take it too seriously. I said, Madam says, because everybody looks up at her and doesn't really, I don't have to think of myself as that. Then a couple of days back in one of the HICIA meetings, we had this Aspire. One of the strategies is ESG. So there we do all the CSR and the women and empowerment, etc. So in one of the Aspire More session, one girl came up to me and said, can I take a selfie with you? With me, why? No, I'm not a celebrity, please. So she said, no, I'm your fangirl. And I've been observing you for last 12 years. And this is the first time I got a chance to actually talk to you. I mean, seriously, you can just stop me anywhere and talk to me. But then I realized that no, people are observing, whether I accept it or not. The people who look at me maybe and are observing. And so I thought, okay, let me come out of my shell and try to do something for the girls. Then I thought for a long time, what is it that I can do which will help students? And then I analyzed my life and I said, what was the turning point in my life? Because I told you about the 13 years gap, right? So after 13 years gap, why would I even think about doing something? After 13 years, you tend to feel life is set, jo hai ab hai, this is what it is, this is what my destiny is, this is what my fate is. And I'm just happy, right? Because it's not that I was having any problem, right? Life was good. So when I look back, I realized that this change came in when I decided to take control of my life, my dreams. And I said, I should do something. It's not about my husband able to provide, my father-in-law. Usually there are so many people who are doing things for us and life is just cool and happy. So no, I should do something. I'm equally capable, equally educated, able person with brain in right place, 2 eyes, 2 ears. I'm more privileged than many other people. And let me not just take shortcut in life and do something that I can do. And that is when the whole after 13 years, my IT career started. And it took me to various places. So then I started talking to people about it. I used to do the 1 hour conversation with them. And I realized people talk to me, that all the girls or the professionals I talk to, they talk very nicely, but they step out of the room and they forget. So then now I have launched a program, which is transforming reality, or make your dreams your reality. That I'm still thinking about what is a better name, more inspirational name. But so this work, and I made it a workshop. So it is a 2.5, 3 hours workshop where we actually create dream board and we discuss about how will it work, what do they have to do, what do the girls or the professionals have to do. And after that, also, I don't want to leave them after that 3 hours or so. So periodically, and we created after they attend this workshop, we include them or we give them an opportunity to be part of the WhatsApp community. And then periodically, I interact with them. So if they have any questions, if they have any problems, and the girls who are doing well and they're really serious, those girls, then I'll choose for one-on-one mentoring, few of them. So I feel that for the CSR and transforming lives or changing fate lines of people, I do not want to look at it in terms of percentage or big numbers. Yeah, we have to try for the bigger scale, but every life that we touch is worth it. I feel nirvana if I touched one life. So that's the intent. And I'm very happy with the kind of feedback that we're getting. On LinkedIn, if you do hashtag reflect with Manisha, you will see feedback from these girls who are attending the session. They make my day, Praveen, seriously. It's bigger satisfaction. Absolutely. That I'm able to do something. I don't know how big, how small, doesn't matter. I'm like a squirrel in the Ram Setu, trying to do whatever I can do. Don't worry about whether it will make the bridge or not. This is what I can do.
I think you are right. Only doing with quality, even if you do one, if you touch one's life, you are achieved, Manisha, with a good intent and heart. I also believe in that. So everyone cannot do volumes, everyone cannot scale. Everyone can do only in their limits, and a good intent will definitely walk through us and help them, and it gives a lot of happiness when you touch others' life. That's all I can say. And yes. I think probably if I were to ask, like for example, most of our entrepreneurs from Indo-American community come to Hyderabad and host their companies. And for example, if some people will have some challenges, right? Especially moonlighting. This was the latest one. People do not see the productivity of people. So do we have any channel to discuss all these challenges, or improvise the policies where people can adhere and use the time in a proper way? So those kind of help, if anyone wants, how to reach to, can I see a help through government?
See, for moonlighting, we have done workshops for the HR community about how to deal with moonlighting, what does law say, all of that we've done. And whenever any of our members need any support, we also have groups and the forums where we can post a particular question and others will comment on what they have done in their organization. So this kind of help can be easily sought, actually. If anybody has any challenge, yeah, we can do that. We continuously do it, Praveen. Wherever any member has any kind of issue, let's say a particular type of talent needed, or somebody says that, can I get pre-trained people from college? I want them to get trained in the 3rd and 4th year. And when they come to me, I want them to be hitting the road running. And how can I do that? So we help them, like not like we don't do it, but we connect them with the right people who can help them. So such kind of questions, or sometimes there are some government policies related challenges people face, and again we step in and sort it out ourselves. We sort it out if it is for the larger group. So we will try to influence the policy makers, and if it's a individual organization problem, we connect them with the right people who will be able to help them, or tell them how somebody else dealt with the similar problem. So all these things are done.
Thank you,
And
Manisha.
that's what the association is supposed to do, isn't it?
Exactly. That's where I wanted to put a question, because especially the American Indo-Americans and all, they need more support, right? They definitely, the challenges what are in India definitely cannot be solved by people. Sometimes you need to have some people or a way where we can solve those problems. And coming to the HICIA signature events, what are the events you have, and how the Indo-Americans can look for HICIA's event where they can benefit from networking, or connecting the CXOs, or helping CSRs, or whatever it may be?
Very interesting question, because we do have CXO networking events, we have awards, we have product showcase. Now we also do catalyst events. Catalyst events are where startups come and present to the audience. They can be CXO, and actually startup asks questions to CXO instead of, or the other, like the industry leaders, instead of other way around. It was very appreciated format. Ramesh Loganathan and Jay Garu work together to support and tell us about what is the best way to do this. We also have CSR, where all the NGOs and all the corporates can come together and discuss what are the challenges that both government, NGOs, and organizations face, so that they can work seamlessly together. So there are multiple such interventions we have, and there are many visiting Indo-American community members who attend these events. Many times when they are in India, they just stop by and they say, can we attend? And they attend it, they get benefited because they see a different India and they see a group of people together. Otherwise, you can meet only individually. But when you're here and you tell us that, okay, is there any event happening? Can I attend? We will be able to include you in those events, and you can participate. And there's always something other happening.
Absolutely, Manisha.
Many times, if there is any entrepreneur, Indo-American entrepreneur, who wants to start their organization here or wants to ramp up the organization in Telangana, we can support them. We can help them. We can introduce them to right people. We are here. We are here for that purpose. That's the purpose.
Thank you so much, Manisha. This time when I stopped by, definitely I wanted to experience at least 1 or 2 events of HICIA. Hopefully I'll come in the right time so that I have something. I'll stop by and say hi to you all, and also experience the events and how it can be beneficial.
See, Praveen, these member services are so important for us that we have an executive director in HICIA whose main KPA is member services and how to add value, how to help people, not just members, but beyond that, partnership, collaboration. His name is Shesha, and you can easily reach out to him too.
Shesha, absolutely. And
so we have Neerija, Shesha, these are the key people in HICIA.
Absolutely. In the interest of time, Manisha, so I would definitely, we are end of the minute, and I would just wanted to ask you final question. What is the message from you to the Indo-American community, all the NRIs across the world?
The landscape in India is transforming very fast. Just to give you some information, it is said that as per the NASCOM report, in next 3 years in India, we will be adding 2 million jobs.
Wow.
Now, these 2 million jobs, only 30% of those will come from the traditional IT services organization. The other 70% will be GCCs, that is American companies or global companies setting up their operation or ramping up the operation here. And the other major chunk will come from startups. Almost 30 to 40% will be startups. So imagine what is the potential that is there in India. So, India has right kind of talent, and Hyderabad obviously has right kind of people also, with heart in right place. So Hyderabad is even better equipped, where people are there to support you. You will get talent, you will get support from government. In fact, I think Telangana has a very friendly government for business, especially the IT organizations. So if you are thinking about starting a business, it doesn't have to be you to start there and grow in Hyderabad. You can even think of starting here, because the cost that you will have to bear and the risk that you have is much, much lower. Not just for the development part of it, you can even experiment with the market part of it. Because here we have the digital infrastructure in place. It's pretty advanced. Most of our people are will adopt the various apps very easily. So you can even experiment here. That also might be a good idea, that why don't you launch in India first as your trial market? So there are multiple things that are possible. There are good incubators like T-Hub is there. And of course, there are many others which are there, which you can leverage. There is good VC ecosystem coming up here. So overall, Hyderabad is on the growth path when it comes to startup. And that is a big change that is coming in now, and you should ride the wave. Take the opportunity. This is your time.
Absolutely. Thanks for the message, Manisha. Finally, how is your interaction with JSG and also KTR? Because all of us really are proud, and we really love their vision. And how is your interaction been with them?
See, when I talk to KTR Garu, I'm always surprised that how much he knows and what kind of vision he has, the thoughts he has, the kind of things he wants to do. It's really amazing to see a politician who is like CEO or behaves like a professional. When I started serving ICI as president, I wanted to meet KTR Garu, and I had sent him an email and the message and all that, and I was waiting. And then just around that time, T-Hub inauguration was there. Mm-hmm. So, obviously, if KTR Garu is there, everybody wants to meet him. I stepped aside and I was like standing in one corner, happily looking at people gherao him and talk to him. Everybody wanted their share of limelight. And what I noticed is that he broke off from that crowd and came towards me. And he said, Manisha, how are you? I was like stunned. Sir, you know my name? He said, of course I know your name. And not just name, I also know that you've sent me an email for time for meeting. And I have been traveling, so I've not given you time. Today, my office will call you and give you a slot to meet. Have you ever seen a politician like that, Praveen?
Yes, 100%.
Okay, so yeah, so it's a very different experience. And he understands, he gets it where we are coming from. And always looking forward, trying to sort out problems. And he knows, he has lots of knowledge, and he is totally on ground about what's happening. And Jayesh is, I don't know how can somebody be so efficient? They say that in Hindi we say that Saul sunar ki ek lohar ki, like, you do tick, 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 tick 100 times, and one person comes and says one shot and done, right? So similarly, JSG will talk to you only for a few seconds. Okay, there'll be anybody who has met him will know that there are at least 5-10 people sitting around there. and he's talking to you, and then and this is so not done, right? You had given me time, so it should be my time. That doesn't happen with him because he's dealing with so many things. Now, with experience, I understood that this is how he works. So now, even though there are 10 people sitting around, he will talk to us about the concern that we have or the points that we are making. He will remember the complete context. He will take notes. He will have the follow-up, and he will remember what we discussed in the previous meeting. He can very easily tie the loose ends. He will immediately call people or give a message, and it's done. All this he does in few seconds. It's amazing how somebody can be so efficient.
Absolutely.
There's lots to learn from these people.
Manisha,
Seriously.
again, thanks to JSG. Through this media, I'm just thanking him because, he connects great people like you. And he, as you really said, even you are there, you cannot talk to him because while eating also, he'll be talking to people. Multiple times I went to him and I went back without talking to him sometimes. And
Praveen, but he understands. When I started serving ICI as president, I told him, sir, I want one exclusive time. I don't want these few seconds. I want to talk to you. And he gave me time exclusive. Can you imagine anybody giving exclusive time? Especially JSG giving exclusive. I have not heard of. He's till the time I told him, sir, ho gaya, main jati hu ab. Till then, nobody interrupted. He gave this exclusive time, and that is when he told that I told you that the strategy was not decided. The Manisha Sabu wants to do this. No, we took inputs, and that was my time to talk to him and understand. So where do you see gaps? What is the best use of our efforts? And he told me so many nuances, so many interesting things that we can do. So he understands, that there are some times when he has to give exclusive time to, and I have that privilege. I feel indebted to him.
Great. You're blessed, Manisha, and also I'm blessed because I always treat him as my digital guru. Only WhatsApp. He just sends a message. What I want, he knows. He reads. Just my text. He'll close it. That's it.
Yes.
Thank you so
much.
It's
phenomenal. There's lots to learn. How efficient. How absolutely intelligent.
He's the brain behind everything. Absolutely. And again, thank you so much for spending your that 2 weekend schedule with us and to give more information about HYSIA, Manisha. And thanks to all the viewers because they supported me almost 2 years with this because I'm not a great anchor or something, but I started developing this interest and passion. And I'm bringing all the right people and people in the community. They highly respect for all this and they learn from them. At least they see the flyer and know that Praveen is doing. So thank you so much for everyone and keep introducing any good people who wants to interact with the Indo-American community. And I can definitely facilitate that, Manisha. Thank you so much again. Good luck for your HYSIA entire tenure. And we all wish that you should grow beyond this. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Let me know if there's anything we can do which will help you.
Absolutely.
And the Indo-American community. Thanks. All the best.